Chemu abato komisa gina ye se indelible ink ya obi to abawi ode ne nsakuma num na edi adanse no a wose wo me ye jai no wo mogitumu a enye ye sanso na marahye bedwafo bi nso twemu a ebe ya nka budget ya wo mo approve no asoye be sika nsem so hwene sika se fata onfa ma abato komisa no onfa ye nhyehyɛ sense abato afa na ye wremu enom na ye bekɔ eye Eastman Prusi na no ada assembly members abato ekoso no abeto bia se mpanimfo mu aye na eba wo mo anye antum enti we ne nsem ahodo bi na yede ebeto wanim ena no pe kai say DSTV channel 280 Go TV channel 119 Facebook ne Adom TV extra wuhia me a ya frame anoche wa ba atwa say wa fe sem ntwe bono be de twaso Oko my Ghana mrahye bedwafia asemba ko ye nra wo modi hu nkita ho pa no eye sa abato komisare de atodwa se nkane no de na ye hwe wo card ne so ne ahwe wanim ni ahwe wanim a eda abato nwoma no emu ahwe se ye wa ni amo ato aba ni wie na omo de indelible ink ne se wonse kuma no wo de awura mu eno no be na wotwe ne da so wo so di adanse se wato aba na wontumi nsan fa kire nkoto biem na ne wo se ye kwa be fontenta afidi kwan so biometric ye voting the senti kokromoti ni kura wo de siso na se nya fa nya de se be ma akwa mu ato biem ti hu hia se indelible ink no ye di be di dwuma ne dam kuma na mu mpedefo bi che so mo gitumu a enye ye Roxy Nelson da fia mekpo South Diamond she bedwani nsem eni.
The issue of the non-use of the indelible ink breaches the law. Mr. Speaker, let me refer the House to Article 51 of the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, with your leave, let me read. The Electoral Commission shall, by constitutional instrument, make regulations for the effective performance. Mr. Speaker, the controlling phrase there is for the effective performance of its functions under the Constitution or any other law, and in particular for the registration of voters, the conduct of public elections and referenda, including provision for voting by proxy. So, Mr. Speaker, you cannot come to Parliament with an instrument where protocols have been clearly outlined in the instrument, and you, by an administrative fiat, decide that you will go according to the protocol.
If you see somebody sitting on the truth and looking for it, is engaged in an act of unmitigated deception. Mr. Speaker, on this matter of the Electoral Commission's decision not to comply with the use of the indelible ink, it's a flagrant violation of law. And Mr. Speaker, the Electoral Commission and the chairperson of the commission does not have a right to impose a discretion over law. I am quoting here, Mr. Speaker, specifically the Public Elections Regulations 2020 CI 127, Section 33(2)(c). Mr. Speaker, and I quote with your permission, C, a mark which shall so far as possible be permanent and shall be made on the voter.
Yenko Eastman Prusi Bensino Emo North East Mantabno Emo. Nanano brother ya assembly members election year course no so kopie mu ewo ye Eastman Prusi abatu mpesuano so a bia ya hodo bi a wo mototo aba na beto dwa se abatu no no muaye no mpanifo so mo gitubo ye ni nyina na se wa bra moto aba ne wiye no na wo bekenkan no na nipa bonefo bi kohwim ballot boxes mienu kosese tete abato no omanfo ato no nyina mu wie sane ma agu omanfo bi musoma wo mom eprepra ya mpanifo kiremu a wo mo gi sa emuaye no tumu asanse bia sei enye yenti wo so pebre foforo no san to aba no mu a onim baabi a wo free eba ho no mu a wo bebo ntrene e wo bra na omanfo eto aba no ase to hye ebinum so okoboku abato bro no so a entokwa esi wo ekitafo a onum nipa ekwa kosi akan entem ema nipa baako epra dendende a wode na kotwa yaresabia eneyi enipa miensa no kosi akan apre assemblyman dibre eba na ekwa abato commissioner office a wo kire se isansa aba no woto wie yenso wantimi anka yenwie nti ebe yanka abato commissioner ehisa abato no foforo no manfo emeto aba
ballot box to the other candidate's house, and the other health center they have destroyed it. We're not able to count, and that's my stronghold. So I'm requesting the EC should come back and either you do a fresh elections.
There was a confrontation, people were beaten or something?
Yes, two of my my agents were beaten, 3, and 1 was hospitalized. So even currently, he's at Lambisi Health Clinic and is attending to treatment there.
Odinyinemono Regional Deputy Director wada abato komisan no ano ya opoku echere de koso ewolu agri kukua ene langbisi abato bro no so emu okade to aso se ode won krata sema kwa akoto abato komisan headquarters e won kra wo hye kwan se ode abato ofoforo be hye so amoma. The
instances of Logri and Lambishi, I was looking at the incident that occurred, and based on the information that I've obtained, I would say that our recommendation is to the effect that there is a need to do some cancellation and probably rerun. But like I indicated, that is an option, one of the options available. But the Commission will study the comprehensive reports that will come from the region, and on the basis of that, we'll decide the most appropriate option available.
Yemfi hona yenko kwan so jojo mu ensem emoswafo yohwe ya kwantempon hu ensem eso na swafo wohwe akwani abade hu ensem eso no eye kwaku foriasi amano de ensem atodwa se nanse ya enche bia wo power transport Ghana ehontoma ne bota ye ne se ahyan yawodo e4 manfo esi wo mu obere no hu do eso agiska aha meche commercial ones no wo mu nyina de won krata ba be hyase na fe no empanifo de honsemako abefontente afidi kase honsem so wasi no bebo apa ama ni suade hunu Ghana afimpiri ne aduasam wo no ebedu wona ka nkwanhia so ate no na ye adwuma ne nyina no so manfo de wo ho be hyase a ehyen ne bra etu ebre wo se koduro ni padodo ewo mu hyenka frokro a wo twi sa hyen ne nyina ho nsem ho nti se hyenkani ne tu hyen no a onim se bibi twake no nti ene kakra na ode akwantufo akoduro
womo enehwe transport eso any National Road Safety Authority ekabo mu epaw Transport Ghana dwumedie ho ewon kran no eho anosoafo no enehwe transport so kwaku ofori esiama editu dwa se abefo kwan asisi womo ede ba be ye transporti eyade a ebeboa pa
the friend of human intervention say nipa be yade no enya enough ye nyina ye kwade abefo no ma bebre aba I bet me introduce now boy and road safety idea. There be America. So the human intervention alone is not sufficient. We need technology all over the world. Technology and by boy I'm here to my protect and go for you provide security and safety. And need more move to coin. You know the National Road Safety Authority. We show more man on the Jumana. Or more act no. And more coin and more regulated transport of protest. And more kwan register transport to protest no moves away adwuma wona na wo ye the technology no eba no more register no more driver for no ba bo no more training omo ba bo no onam kwan so ye hu se car no mfumso ba kra mbesi da hu
wode ni nsem atudwa ewieye no Acting Director General National Road Safety Authority Engineer David Osafo Adontin enso editudwa se abefo kwan asisi womo eba befa so ede aye transport ewo Ghana han eyade ebeboa ama kwanhia abre asipa.
Now our friends from GPRTU Protour, VIP, 2M Express and the rest are all coming under the ambit of the National Road Safety Authority as far as regulation of their services is concerned. And we are happy to be at this stage where that responsibility, the National Road Safety Authority can assure you that things are going to change. Change will come with this automation. What it means is that we are not going to continue to do the old things we do all the time. This time, we want to use the power of technology to be able to engage.
Every one in my Ghana, Yatimoni attention and some emu. Ghana Mampenny His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo na blitumi so ya waba judge for makumaku edungo twidin se wo monko Supreme Court na wonkodi wonjuma na nsam ni beto odwa manfo do na adwe ye won se ase Mampenny buapa ene wo pia MPP anim difo a wo masua mredu akira koguo se ne abato ye chi no kura no se katashi bisi a ene omunim se wo mo a eti Supreme Court dodo no ano eye MPP fo judge for na nsam ni to odwa no ena ye bo epri eye Justice Henry Anthony Kofi ene wo che se nsam no manfo ka no no kure bi ani
ti ya mampani na Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo aboni din sɛ ɔnkɔtena ɔman court baatan Supreme Court so echiremu a wɔne wɔn mu a wɔka sɛ agyadwofo a wɔwɔ ɔman court baatan so no dɔɔso no enya adwene koraa efiri bra mampani na Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo fa ɔman abenwa tena so no apaw nipa du nwɔtwe na akɔ ɔman court baatan so a amomanfo bi ɛbɔ no kwadu sɛ wasesa mpiamayeko na agyadwofo na akɔ akɔgu so ebra Jais Anthony Kofi eyi nsemisa brahwebedwenyo ogina hɔ de mo manfo guhyegu awato mpɛso aso Hassan Tampuli edebo no wɔ saasem no ho no ensem wɔ de tu dwa bi nie.
If you leave the three who have retired, you have to fill the vacancy. Otherwise, the current crop of Supreme Court judges, very soon they will start falling off, given the volume of work at the Supreme Court and the jurisdiction. Because everybody, every case, and I can say this, every case that starts from the High Court now, about 90% end up at the Supreme Court. Because in our system, we seem to have an open door policy. Every case that starts from the Supreme Court, it could even start from the Circuit Court. District. And then you move all the way to the Supreme Court. My lord, the US, you can't get it.
Osan echiremu sɛ omuse ɔman court baatan entra galamsey ɛho nsɛnsɛm so ɛdeɛ nanso ogidi ye pa sɛ ɛsɛ asɛni bi ahodo ɛwɔ ɔman yi mu ɛhwɛ sɛ obi biara a ɔde ne ho bɛgye galamsey dwumadie mu no ɔde asotwe mu ɔden pa ɛbɛma no.
At the Supreme Court, the question of trial of galamsey cases doesn't arise because the Supreme Court is not a trial court in that sense. So the galamsey cases will not come to the Supreme Court. But I agree with you, the havoc being done by galamsey. And I think that the attitude of the judiciary, where the evidence is produced and the accused persons are found for the judiciary to impose.
Yenyina with Monyamfo Henry Anthony Kofi ne Samisu na bedwam so kasiam de soma no pe no. Memfani nyidensi beda aseso hwe ye FR DSTV channel 280 Go TV channel 119 Facebook no Adom TV extra wushia me a frɛ me anɔche wa ba ajwa se wa ye na ye homra ne ba de obokra tampensempensemu any online portal so nsɛm no